Okay, started to record. And the first thing I'm going to do is share with you my, after this class, after we do the Primrose, the chipboard album, we're going to do By the Sea. So I just have a quick sneak peek for you guys to see. It's not finished or anything, but it's just a peek. So let me get it. I should have got that first. Oh. Oops. So she's not finished, but at least this time she has arms compared to Monday when she didn't. Hi, Aunt Maggie. So this is the cabana, and you can see here it's quite big, and I don't have her legs on here yet, but at least I have her arms on now, so you can see that. And then the mini album's going to come out from behind here, behind the cabana, so you can see. It's going to be probably about 20 inches long by the time we finish. But didn't she come out cute? I love her bathing suit. So, let me show you the mini album real quick. And I've done this mini album before, so I don't know if you guys have seen it. I've had it on my blog, but this is the front cover. It's a bathing suit. Thank you, Mitz. And then the back cover is a little risque, but you could just cover the whole bottom if you don't like the bikini part. But this is the bottom. This is the back cover. So it actually goes like this. So you can actually cover the whole bottom if you didn't want the little cheeks to show. That's the boobies. Yep, she's got a two-piece on. Yes, a little bikini. It's going to be a bathing suit book. And I've done this before, so I'll show you real quick the one that I have had done. And I also did this before. I can't even remember. Whenever Graphic 45 came out with their kind of sea paper. Yes, the thong, yeah. You don't have to make it a thong, though. So then this is the old-fashioned bathing suit. It's hard to see because it's black. But then in here is pockets. I put all the little flashcards that were in here. So that goes in the chest there. And then, of course, I've only decorated some of it because I only had a few pictures. I didn't have my whole picture. Then this is a pop-up. Can you see that the lighthouse pops up? It's kind of folded down. So that's a pop-up. And then this is me and my sisters when we were little. So you can see that. And this is actually the Sandy Hook. I live close to Sandy Hook Lighthouse. So that's the actual lighthouse at Sandy Hook. Can you see that? Dawn, are you kicked out again? There you go. And then this is a little pocket here. This comes out. This little tag comes out. And then this is another picture here. That's me when I was little. You see? And then this is my middle sister here. I'm sure she'll love me showing that picture. So the book will be similar, but it'll be a little bit different. There's me in my bathing suit. That's me. And then, hi, Robs. Where this opens up. And then this is another little pocket in here. And then you can see that. So the mini album will be, the front and back cover will be the same, but the inside will be a lot different. So, I really like the way it came out, this one. So that'll be after this class. Probably, I'm looking at maybe the end of March, we'll start this. So, that's my little sneak peek. And I should have it done. Hopefully I'll work on it all this weekend, and then I can show you like the finished product next week. Right, so let me put this back. Alright, and then so now tonight, whoops, there goes everything. We're going to work on our card, finally. Get the stamp. And this is done by 8.5 11 piece of paper. The folding part's easy. I mean, the cutting part's easy. Thank you. But the folding in and out gives me agita, so let's see how we could do tonight. So we're going to use this girl, and this is the girl, I think her name is, Barry, what's her name? Kelly? I forget what her name is. But I've already colored her. I've used my Pro markers and given her a little pink on her cheeks and like colored her skin. So we're going to start with this. So what you need is an 8.5 by 11. So let me get my paper out and my instructions. Whoops. And, oh yeah, here she is. Betty, that's her name. Betty. And if you notice, I took off this little piece of her skirt. So you can just cut that piece off. See, I didn't put that piece in. And she looks just as cute. Alright. So let me go ahead and cut my paper. And then we definitely want to make sure that we get it on the part that folds the easiest. So this is the easiest. So we're going to cut our paper here at 11 and then 8.5. So let me get that out. Oops. So we wanted by 11, 8.5 by, what did I say, 11, right? So we want an inch off of here, 1.5 inches. And then 8.5 this way. Sorry. And then you're going to need your scoreboard. Oops. And we are going to score. Get my board. Everything's falling. Yes. I've had a splinter in this finger probably for about 3 weeks. I had one of those coffee stirrers in my pocket, and when I went in my pocket, the stir like jammed in this finger, and I couldn't get it all out. And finally, today, I got it with tweezers and got it out. When it's like so, it hurts a lot. Alright, so now we want to take our paper, and we want to score it in half, so that would be at 5.5. So you're scoring it here 5.5 because that makes 11. Then we're going to score it here at 2.5 would be 5, 2 3/4. So it's 5.5, 2 3/4. And then I'm just going to flip it around and do it again at 2 3/4. Bone folder here. Mine's going to be off a little bit, so let's see. And I'm just a hair off, so I'm going to cut that off so I can have it even all the way around. Ah, I need my scissors. I mean my ruler. think I need a blade. That's good. All right. Then we want to fold it back. Oh, I'm going to be awful, looks like a little bit. See how it goes. So you want to have like an M. Mountain, valley, and mountain. So like an M. Okay, so let's see how this is going to work. Now what we want to do is, where this is here, I have a punch. If I get it here. So this is 1 3/4. So I'm going to come in here and just come in, let's see, I want to get it right in the middle, kind of in the middle. I hope that's the middle. Can you see? I'll make sure I get it even. And I'm off a little bit, but oh well. I'll just cut it. So now you want to do the same for all of them. So I'm just going to come out a little bit here. It's just really like a parentheses. And that's what gives you your little cutouts, so that it stands up like that. Oh, sorry, Dawn. Feel better. Okay. So we had that and that. So now what you're going to do is you're going to come up here. And I use Tim's ruler because it's like the perfect measurement, because it's 1.5 inches wide. So you're going to come up here. And let me make sure that I have this right so that I don't mess up. You're going to come in 1.25 inches. Where am I here? From the fold. So it's 1.5 inches up and 1.25 inches in. So it's 1.25 inches. So I'm going to draw a line here. So I'm going to cut along there. And then at the top here, in order to get this curve like this, well, that's good. Usually I would have cut this out even and stuff, but oh well. It's a card, and they're probably going to just throw it away anyway. So I just took Tim's scissors, and I came right to the very top here, and say like 1/2 inch in, and you're just going to come around. So do you see? I just used his scissor and just made a small round loop like. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this around. And then that's how you get that curve. See the curve at the top? Alright. So the next thing we're going to do now, from the top of this curve, and remember we're only coming in 1.25 inches, and I think this one is 1.25 inches from the top. So you want to measure here, 1.25 inches. You guys want me to move the camera in a little? Let me see. Let's see. Controls. Come on. Now why isn't that going? Reconnect. Hold on. Let me see what's going on with the camera here. Oh, it's not letting me go in. Well, I don't know why it won't let me move it in now. So, preferences? Nope. I'll just have to bring it close to you. I don't know why it's not letting me zoom in. So, we'll see. Alright, so remember we went 1.5 inches from the bottom and 1.25 inches in. On the top, though, you're only going 1.25 inches down and 1.25 inches up. So, and you're just going to draw a line like that. So now we have that. 1¼ inch from the top, 1¼ inch in. 1½ inch at the bottom, 1¼ inch in. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to cut. So you're going to cut right on those lines. So now we have this. Cut just on here, here, and here. You can see it okay? Good. Now the next step you're going to do is, let me just double check my thing here. We want to, let's see, 1¾ inch. Let me just double check. Yeah, 1¾ inch, 1¾ and 1¾ inch. Okay. So now what you're going to do is we need to cut. You're going to we have it folded like this with the fold here. So now you're going to unfold it and have the fold on this side again. So we have our slit here and our slit here. Now the next cut, you have to remember to come a 1/2 inch down. So we want to measure 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch there, and 1/2 inch up on top. So right there. So from this and here is 4 and about 4¼ inch. So I'm just going to draw a light line from here down like this. It's just to show you, because otherwise it'll be hard for you to see. So now what we want to do is we want to cut from this 1/2 inch here. So that's 1¼ inch in, right? Yep. And the same here. Go from here to here. I'll make sure it got 1/2 inch. Is this 1/2 inch? I think I need to come down. I think I went too far in this one. Let me just double check. 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch, yeah. So it should be here. Okay. So this is what you should have now. This is cut. This is cut. We draw a line, and because we have to score here, so I just want you to see. But now we drew this line. Every time we draw a horizontal line, that's where we're going to do our cutting, because we're going to be scoring between this half line and this 1/2 inch space. So now you go ahead and cut what we just did. Okay, so now we have that. The 2 cuts here, and then right in the middle, the 2 cuts. Now if you forget and you just go straight across, this is what happens, and it doesn't work. So you have to remember to drop down to that 1/2 inch. Okay. So now this is where the scoreboard gives me agita. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my ruler. I wish I had something soft. Let me see if I have something soft here. I could put this. Oh, maybe I'll just do it on this. So where we cut these last 2 lines between here and here, you're going to score. And as long as you have a magazine or something like that underneath, I wish I had a better scoring. Here we go. So now you want to score from that line to that line. And then you're going to do the same on the other side. So from this line to that line. Okay, and that's basically it. The problem now is the folding. Oh wait, we have to wait, one more thing. Sorry, one more thing. We need to score between, oh, I hope I did this right. Oh no, I didn't do it right. I told you, it's agita. Alright, forget this. Do not score this. So, since this is our template here, no scoring here. I knew I was going to mess it up. What we need to score is just this between the cutting lines. Sorry. Alright, So no scoring here. Where we cut, we want to score just that 1/2 inch, top and bottom. 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here. So let's do it again. Of course, it's not going to come out right now, but we'll see what happens. I've done this card like 4 times, and every time I've done it a different way. Alright. So just at the halfway, the 1/2 inch spot where we cut. So here and down here. Alright. So now we want to push this part out. And this is the hardest part of the whole card. Everything else is pretty easy. So we want this, so you can see, we want in between this mountain fold, where the mountain fold is, you want a valley. And where the valley fold was, you want this part to be a mountain. And then again, the mountain, you want a valley on the inside. So that is the hardest part of this whole card. So I find that if I get my fingers in here and bend that little piece right there, right, and then move this up, I'm telling you, this is the hardest part of the whole card. Close it in half. Move this out of the way. Get your fingers in between there. Oh. Okay, that's where I have to do it now. Got ya. I told you, gives me agita. We do have to score this line. I forgot that. That's the one we're going to score. So you score this little 1/2 inch, and then you need to score where we cut here in the beginning, so that it will fold. And on the other side. Alright, let's try it again. So remember now on the back, the very first part, this 1.25 inch we come in, score the long line. Then score just the 1/2 inch and just the 1/2 inch here. Then on this side, same thing, just the 1/2 inch and then just the 1/2 inch here. And then come all the way here and score all the way down. Not this part. No, sorry, not this part here where we did it. Alright, so let's try to fold it again. So now, we want this to go in. So I get my fingers in here, lay this down, put this back, and then lay it down like that. My fold is not quite straight, but okay, so we have that. So not too bad. Now we want to do the same thing with this other side. So we're going to put our fingers in between, lay that down. And this has to be the opposite way, remember. So, did I do it the opposite way? No. Down, put our fingers in here, pull this back, and there. So it should look like this, like a C. But now we need to get this middle piece out. So now what you want to do, and since I scored it, we're not going to get a nice straight line, but all you're going to do now, we have this. So this is the mountain now. You want to push this one. So you have this one up, you want this one to go down, and this one the mountain. So mountain, valley, mountain. So now you're going to stick your hand in here and push this one like that. So now it looks like an E, kind of a big E. Now do those spooky. But that's it. See? There it is. Now this score line should be here, it should be straight. But when we put if that happens, and when we put our paper down, it'll fix it. So now we have that, the screen. So now let's just get some paper. I'll just use, is this the one I want to use? Oh, I have another one. In here. This is great for these 6x6 little pads. So, oh, let's see. Let's go. What does her dress have on here? Where is she? So she's green. I'm going to go with the black. Oh, I hope I brought my... I think I only need one, so let's see what happens with that. I need... Alright, so now we're going to cut these pieces here, and that's just to give a little decoration to here and there in the top. So I'm going to use the black. So now that we have this fold, the way I got this part to decorate is I'm going to turn this on this side. I'm going to measure my pencil here just to get the arch. I'm going to cut that. Now, luckily it did start snowing around 12 o'clock, but then it only snowed for about maybe an hour, and then it all melted. So we were lucky today. It was supposed to start last night, but it didn't. So now that we have the arch here, and I want to leave a little edge here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut like a 1/8 of an inch off of each side. And then here I'm going to cut this. So see, we have that. Has a little bit of a border. I'm going to cut about 1/4 of an inch off of that. Maybe an 1/8. Alright, where is my cutting? Oh, since I have it down there. Oh, it's perfect. See that little black line right there? I'm just going to cut right there. Hi, Lois. And that's good. I could cut probably just a little bit more off. Maybe I will. And go on this side. And cut this a little straighter. Okay. So there's our little template. So now we need to cut 3 more. So I'm just going to go ahead and measure this. And cut 3 more. Let me turn it on this side. Oh, cook it. Hi, Carrie. Alright, so now we're just going to cut these all out. Two, and 1 more. So now we have our 3 pieces. And I would go ahead and ink these, but for time's sake, I'm not going to do it. So let me see, do I have this one? Ready to go? Let me just use this real quick. Whoops. My hair on there. Yes, I do. I had a splinter for about 3 weeks and I couldn't get it out. And finally today it came out. Alright, so let's put these on. I'm going to move this over a little. This one I need to cut just a little bit. Good. And even this one, I'm going to trim it a little bit up here. Remember, it's just a card, and they're probably going to throw it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you want me to, I can. We can do that real quick. I have the stamps up here, so I brought it up. I need to cut this one a little more. Okay, so there's the beginning of our little screen. So now we're going to cut these pieces. So for this, I think I need another piece of paper. Let's drop that. Pulling out the wrong one. Oh, wrong one again. Oh, I dropped it. Hold on. Okay, so these were 1.25 inches, right? Is that what we did? Yeah, 1.25 inches, so we want like an inch. Let me get my... Oh, where's my cutting boards down? I really need a bigger desk. So we want to cut 2 of these an inch. Cut this off. Well, this is 5 inches. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is use the stud. So let me get that. And punch these out. Okay, so we have that done. I'm going to put this like right here. I should have probably, okay. So now we're going to, see I have stuff all over my desk. Put this down. Here. And then on the other side. So there we go. And then I like to put a different piece in the middle here. So we could go with the yellow. Let's see if I have enough for the yellow and the yellow. Yeah, let's do the yellow. So this piece is whoops. This piece is 2.5, so we want 2.25 by 4.25. So 2.25 by 4.25. 4 1/4. Let me straighten this out first. So 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, and then we're going to put these down. So this is the part that wasn't supposed to be scored, but once you put this piece on here, you're not going to even notice it, that it was scored. So if you make that mistake, don't worry about it. So now we're just going to go in here, lay this down. Of course, I have it down crooked. And then this on here. So we have that. Coming out cute, right? And then I like to put just a little strip. I'll see if I have enough of this white black. I don't think I do. Do I have enough? Oh yeah, maybe I do. So let's just cut this out. That's one, and then I think we'll have enough with this. This one's longer. I'll cut this one. I'm going to put this down with quick. This is a great card, but it does give you agita with the folding. So we could go. Let's go with the black. I saw it when I was at CHA, and I thought it was such a cute idea, so I just played with it until I finally got it to go. Alright, so then we're just going to put this right at the edge here. Of course, you'll do a better job than I did tonight. That's kind of bad. So I'll lay this down. Lay that down. You would never throw it out. Well, if I send it to my sisters, believe me, they don't save anything. They just throw it out. Oh, and you would cut a better strip than this, but I'm just doing it for tonight to show you. I would definitely do a whole strip across. Nope, this is not even going to fit. So, let's see. That's not going to fit either. That's not going to work. We need to cut another one. So, let me get a bigger piece of paper. Oops. I need like a... What can I use? What do I have here? I need black. Do you think I would have a piece of black paper up here? No. Oh. I don't have any black. Hold on. Looking. We're just going to... What am I going to do here? Maybe I'll just do this and just, that's not long enough. I can't believe I don't have a piece of black paper up here. Of course, you see, I still don't have both rooms together. Hi, Jonna. How are you? Hi, Jess. All right, so what are we going to use? Let's see, what can we use? I'll use this and I'll just paint it black. How's that? So we'll just ink this black real quick. You don't need that anymore. Of course, you would just use a black piece of paper, but since I don't have one up here, which I can't believe, I'm just going to do this for tonight. Of course, I would have inked all of this too, probably, but just for tonight, I'm not. Okay, there we go. Let's try it again. Okay. That. And I want to bend it here. Straight across. Bend it there. Straight across. Bend it here. And then straight across. So. I'll just trim this off. And there we go. So you can see. All right, and then now you can just you can write your sentiment on this side. You could hang a little picture here. You could really just decorate this any way you'd like. So let's get our girl on there, and then I'll show you how. So I think today I'll put her on this side. So I'm going to put some pop dots. Make sure this sticks down. In the back here. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to put her on this side, because if you put her on this side, then when you flip it over, you'll see the back of her. So this way, if you put it on this side, you don't really care if you can't see the back there. Thank you, Lois. So let's put her on some pop dots. And then I'll show you real quick how to put her together. We'll cut out another one. And then I'm going to cut just these small little ones to put by her legs. Oops, can you see? Sorry. There we go. Oh, believe me, make sure you watch the recording before you start doing it. All right, so let's peel these off. And then I'll just lay her down here like this. Oops. Make sure, oh, I need to put one right there by her foot. Right there. Ah, thing on there still. there she is. And then you could put anything here. You could put a little dog here, like I did here on this one. I added a little balloon on here. And then over here is where I'm going to, oh, I have to show you how to do these hearts. Over here is where I'm going to write happy birthday, blah, blah, blah. And then you can put a gift card if you, I mean, this is just perfect. Fits a gift card right here. So you could always glue a little gift card on there. So let me show you how I did these hearts. Let's see if I still have my little wire here from last week, from Monday. Probably don't. I don't know if I have any wire on here. Darn, did I bring that in? Oh, let's see. Well, we'll have to start again. So, you take any wire. This is just like a wire from your flower. Thank you, Kathleen. And of course you have stamps and stuff too, but I mean, I'm just showing you something that if you wanted to look kind of more like folk art or whatever you want to call it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a loop. I wish I could put this on autofocus. Let me try it again. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on a second. Let's see if I get autofocus now. Controls. No, it won't let me do it. I don't know why it won't let me do it tonight. It's weird. Okay, anyway. So, let me hold it down a little bit. You're going to make a loop. I'm going to make, oh, I don't know. Let's say, we'll do a loop like this. And then you're just going to twist this around. This doll is, let me see how big she is. The little girl, Betty, this one is about 6.5 inches. And the little girl is about 4.5. So you could put her there, and you could also put one on the other side if you wanted. Alright, so you make yourself a loop. And then I kind of make like an L, just so that I could hold it. Kind of like when you do the bubbling or whatever. Then we need some paint. So we have, let me see if I have some. I'll use this. I think I'll use this. I have some of this gesso. And like I said, I mean, you can do this with a stamp, but I'm just showing you another way to do it. Oh, the card size dolls? Yeah. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of paint on here. This is gesso, actually, but you could do it with that. And then I showed them on Monday, for those of you who aren't here, what I usually do, if I'm putting a little heart on my nails, I wrap my hair around, and of course you can't see it. You see that little loop there? That's my hair, and I added glossy accents. So what you want to do is go like this. And of course my hand's shaking too, so. And then come, oops, on this side, let me just hold a little bit stiffer. So for those of you who do your own nails and you want to put a little heart on there, that's how you do it. Alright, so that's the nails. And then now we're going to put our little hearts. I'm only going to do it on one. Like here you can see I did it on all 4 on the top. But just so for tonight, just to show you. So I'll do it on this one here. So we're just going to take our paint. And you just want to make sure you get paint on there. Let me just move this over. And then I'm going to go here. Of course you can't see. See that? And then do the same thing. I should have made more of a point. And you can do butterfly wings, just the same. So there's that. And then, oh, of course I got my finger right in it. And then I just take like a paintbrush. And then just put 2 little dots here. So see? So you can have a heart there. Just like that. And I'll probably put a little point on here a little bit better. There we go. So it's cute, isn't it? I wish I could focus, but I can't. I don't know why. Alright, so that's our card. And let me show you real quick how to... Now I want to make sure I fold this. Hold on. I need a paper clip. Of course, I don't have that up here either. Oh, let's see. What can I use? Let's see if I have... no paper clips. I don't have any. Of course, I have like a ton of them downstairs. All right, I'm just going to put this over to the side and let that dry. Maybe I'll stick it in here. Ugh, I don't have any place. I'm trying to find a place to put it. Hold on. I wonder if I'll just stick it on there. All right. So did you want me to go over the card again, or you guys had enough of the card? All right, let me get rid of this. All right, and so then that's our card, our finished card. Okay, so I'll put this away, and then I'll show you real quick how to do the doll. I'll just pick some paper. Oh, I don't have any brown for her hair. Might have to just do that. We'll see. Okay. I don't think so, Jonna. I don't think so. You'll have to watch the recording. Okay. So I always stamp her out. And this is kind of good. It's like her skin color, which will work perfect. Of course, if I have my ink now. Where is my ink? No black ink. I'll have to stamp her in. I'll have to stamp her in blue, but usually would stamp her in black because I don't know where my black ink pad is, but yes, I have the record button on, Barry, thanks. So there she is. So this is your base now to dress her up. So now what we're going to do is pick a color for her dress. Oh, let's see, what do I have here in scraps? Let's just go with this since I have this. So now I'm just going to do her whole dress. So all you have to do is just ink the dress part now. And I'm going to wipe the rest of this away. I didn't stamp her arm too well, so I'll have to cut it out and then put it back on there. I really need a block, but of course I don't know where my block is either. So Now you're just going to cut this out, and I'm just going to do it really rough. I mean, that would be a lot neater. And so that I've got that part of her arm, I'm going to just leave it and then restamp it. So you see I still have the ink on that part of her arm, so I'm just going to lay this back down and see if I can just do it. Not bad. So now I can cut this out. And so then now you're just going to go ahead and add the dress on like that. And like I say, I need to cut a little bit more off of this. So, I have my glue here. And then you would stamp each panel like I did for her dress. If you wanted to change each panel, see these two I changed, and I changed her little belt. I also did her collar. So you can, add as many different layers as you want to the dress. Oh, that's gonna fall. Stick this on there. So I'll just do the bow real quick. Let's see, we'll do the bow out of, do I have any more yellow? Oh, my scissors. I love paper piecing too. So then you're just going to cut this around. And then we place that on there. We have to get her hair on first though. So let me see if I have some brown. Let's see. I have some brown around here. Here, let me just go with this and then I'll ink it. So I just go ahead and cut this out, and then I'll show you how I shade her skin, and then we'll move on to our book. And then I just cut her bow right off since we're putting a bow on her. And we're going to glue this on. Now we can put our bow on. Oh, what happened there? And then I would do her belt real quick. Let's see. Let's do it in that too. So I'm just going to stamp this. And then we have our little belt, so we can cut that out. And just and then I would go ahead with the skirt and her shoes, but you get the idea. So see, that's how she looks. So she really has no color now on her skin. So I don't use Copics, I use Pro Markers. But all you really need is a dark, medium, and light. So just pick your skin color that you like. And in my Pro Markers, I have like it's called a coral. And then this one is called Sun-Kissed Pink. And then I use blush. And then I use baby pink. Oh, you're welcome, Mitz. So let me just show you how I do that real quick. And it all depends, too. I don't know how this paper is going to take the ink. But what I usually do is, let me see if I can get this so I could show you. I usually come in here and just go around her face with the darker color. And around her arms like this. And then, where's my top? I come in with the Sun-Kissed, there it is, which would be the medium. That was the dark color. This would be the medium. And you go over that and then just come in a little bit more. So, I don't know if you could see it. So see, it's just kind of like shading her around. Then I come in with the baby pink and do her cheeks. So let's give her some cheeks. Like that. And then I come in with the blush. And you're just going to color the whole thing. Let's see which one. Oh, I always pulled the wrong end. And then you just color right over the whole base. And see, it just shades her in a little bit. So then I would do the same thing. And I only do a little bit at a time so that it blends because it dries. So of course underneath her neck it's going to be dark. So I come in there like that. Then I go in with the medium color. And come right over that and just extend it a little. And then go back with the blush. And then you would just keep going. You know, it's going to be dark here, where this is, her arm here. And then, again, you just come back in, go over that, and just come in a little bit more. And then the whole thing gets covered. So again, the darker. in a medium. And then the light. Then we'll do her legs, and then we'll be done. So again, darker underneath her skirt, kind of her knees. Can you see? I kind of tried to hurry along here because it's so long, her legs. So same thing, come back over everything. And then over the middle. Over everything again. So can you see the difference between her legs? It just gives it a different shading, and she just looks better colored in. You can see? So let me just finish her other leg, and then we'll move on to our book for tonight. And I probably could take the tip off of these and go a little bit longer, but I just keep the tip on. Oh, thank you, Lois. And then just back over it with everything. That just helps it blend right in, so. And then do I have my black marker? I'll just color in with the black marker. And then I would go over that with glossy accents to make it look like patent leather. The last coloring I used was the blush. So I use Coral, which is like a dark peachy color. Then I use Sunkissed Pink. So let's see if you can see what those two look like together. And then I used the Baby Pink for the cheeks. And then I use the blush to blend it all in. So basically that's all you need, and that's with any coloring. Like if I was to color her dress, I would just make sure I had a dark, medium, and light blue color. And then I would just cut her all out, and she'd be ready to go. Coral, Sunkissed Pink, Baby Pink, yep, blush, yep. And then we could just cut her out, and then she would look great on our book as well as our card. Okay. All right. So on to our book for tonight. Let me just clean up a little bit so then we can get everything going. And put our doll back. This back. I want that tool too. I think Barry's getting it soon, isn't she? It's not out yet. Alright, move that away. This. Alright, so I need big room for this because our book is pretty big. Our book is 10.5 by 11. So I'll make sure I have everything cleaned up here. Hi, Fran. Alright, clean that up. That's cleaned. Get rid of this. We don't need the ruler. Alright. Put that away. So. What we're going to do is we're going to do some, I should have probably done this first and then it would have been dried by now. But, oh well. And I have to look for my other, this is our book. And then I brought some things for us that we're going to use tonight on here. I have to get the other page, so just hold on a second. My other book. Oh, everything's dropping. Oh. Here we go. There's this, that. I can't find my other burlap piece. Let's see what that is. Well, we'll just do the front as I don't know where my other piece is. So let's glue this on first. And what I did was I just added some a light coat of paint, white paint, and then I went over with some distress tattered rose distress paint, the crackle. Seems so dark in here tonight, doesn't it? So we're going to do that first. So this is going to be our cover, and then like I said, if you wanted to do a layout, you could just do just keep your 12 by 12. So I have this. This is the back piece. So we're going to glue this down first, and then I want to use I actually wanted to do both the front and the back, but I can't find my other burlap piece that I had cut out. It's probably downstairs. What else is new? Alright, so, oops. What we're going to use is, use that and this. Oh, everything's falling. So what we're going to do is I cut this burlap piece to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9 by 7, 8, 9, 10, 9 by 10. So we're going to glue this down first. And I'm just going to put this down with Fabri-Tac. Or this is 3-in-1 actually. And it takes me a while to squeeze. I have no strength in my hands at all. Oh, I should have put this down before. Oh, I just can't get it to come out. See if let me see if I have my other one here that'll work better. Thank you, Ella. Yes, it's a Prima stencils, one of their new ones that I got when I was at the Prima Art Venture. Well, this is a fabric tack, so let's see if this works better. I have a bigger hole on this one, so it should. Move this out of the way. Yeah, that's better. And I'm going to lay this down. So it's just down like that. And then I think tonight I'm just going to put it down with gesso, the stencil. So let's see how that works. Yeah, this one is called, let's see what it's called. Does it have a name? I guess it doesn't. 12 by 12. Not really. Pot shoes. I don't know. It's this one here with the flowers. It's got like a whole bunch of flowers on it. So you can see it there. I didn't want to cover it like a lot, the front, like we did with the flourish on the card. So I want to leave it empty, some of it. I have that. Oh, I gotta get my knife. So let me hold on here a second. I think I might mix this with some paint, so let's see how that works. Other twigs. Oh, they only use numbers? Okay. I can give you the number. I'm looking for my palette knife, so hold on a second. I don't know where it is. That's going to be a bummer. Alright, I don't see it here. Oh, I threw it in here. Hold on, I gotta look one other place. Maybe. Oh, I can't believe I didn't bring it up here. Alright, I can't seem to find my knife. Here we go. Got it. I'll have that anyway, that will do. Oh, there it is. Got it. Alright, we're ready. And I need my mat. So I'm going to mix it with some paint and make it pink. look at this beautiful die cut the Barry just sent to me. Isn't it nice? I love it. The butterflies. It's a cherry Lynn die, so we're going to use that hopefully tonight. So let's mix some of this up. I definitely need more room. I have to move some of this stuff. Just hold on a second. I know, I do need more room. When I'm at a crop, I mean, I take like 2 tables, and I'm working on just like a little 24-inch space. It's like, it doesn't work. Alright, so let's mix up our color first. I'm going to move all this over. Put this stencil there, glue there. And this is just plain gesso. If I can open it. Oh. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't open it. Oh, there it goes. I told you I have no strength in my hands. None at all. Alright, so I'm just going to pour some out on here. I think that ought to be enough. I'll do one more. So this is the Faber-Castell gesso. Make sure I put it back. Of course it's in there. Let's do that there. And this is just Claudine's paint, pink paint, but you can use any paint. It doesn't have to be this one. I'm going to get this one to come out. There we go. So we're just going to mix this up. Take this off of here. Oh, I might have to add some more. We'll see. That's pretty nice, the light pink. Oops. Hi, Darcy. Hi, Padden. Haven't looked up in a while for the chat. Alright, so I think that's good. Let's mix that up. Alright. This is the Faber-Castell gesso in white, and then I just put some Claudine Helmet pink paint on there. Alright, so let me just move. I have to move, like I have no room, and I've got just stuff piled all over the place. Move this up here. Oops. It's down here. I don't need the ruler anymore. Okay. So make sure you could see. Let me put this like this. And then I'm going to put most of my embellishments on this side. So I want this big flower, this one here, to be up here. I still need more room. It's not going to make it. So, I see I have some paste on there. So I'm just going to lay this down like this. About like that, that's good. And since this is burlap, it's going to be a little bumpy, so it's still not laying flat. There we go. All right. I have a lot of paint on here, so I'm just trying to scrape it. I don't want to try not to get underneath the mat. So, this is pretty loose. It's not really thick. So I think we're going to have enough. And it's alright if it doesn't. I'm going to have, if it doesn't cover inch by inch, so we'll see how it turns out. So just about enough, so that's good. I just want to get a little bit more up here. Okay. Alright, so let's see how it turns out. And there it is. Nice, isn't it? So now talk amongst yourselves, because I do have to go wash this out. At least put it in the sink, which is right next door. So I'll be back in 1 minute. Let me get out of here. Of all my stuff. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm coming. Sorry. Coming. Of course, now my Band-Aid fell off too. Oh. All right. I'm back. So let's heat dry this. Everything's going. Yeah, this is pretty wet, so I'll make sure it dries. What we might do is work on the next 2 pages while this dries a little bit more. We only have another half hour, so if we can get the paper on the other, at least the embellishments on here, will be good. Thank you, Mitz. It dries pretty fast, just some of the spots where I have it kind of thick. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Janine. Yes, watch it dry. It dries pretty fast though, because you can see how, I don't know if you can see, that's dry and that's like really wet. See it? The middle in here is kind of not dry yet. Once I get this pretty much dry, then we'll work on the other 2 pages and then we'll come back to this before we leave. It's pretty easy to tint the gesso, and I really didn't want a lot of texture, so this is just like perfect. And if you remember my show with the instructions how to make your own paste, it was 1 tablespoon of each. 1 tablespoon of the the white glue, and 1 tablespoon of the white paint. I think I had done one, I forget which one, 1/4 of something. Alright, so that's pretty good. So we'll set this aside and we'll do the, we're going to cover this page and then the next page. And then we'll come back to this. So let me stick this under here while that dries. Let me get another piece of our chipboard. One. Of course, I had everything like perfectly done. Where is my chipboard? I need another piece of paper. Hold on, I gotta find the other piece. Where is the other green piece? Oh my gosh, I had them both together. Hold on, I'm still looking. Still looking. I don't know where my other piece is. I told you today was a hectic day. I'm just not very organized today. I'll find my other piece. I need that green one. Alright, let me get the other chipboard. I'll just shoot it in here. There it is. And chipboard. I'm going to take the next page. Yeah, it's really pretty. I love the pink and brown and the light green. It's a really pretty paper line. Alright, so we have that. And then let me get my cutter. Now when I do a layout, I always cut my paper, get this down first. I always cut a 1/2 inch off of the vertical side and the horizontal side, and then I back it with another piece just to give it another layer. And I just always think it looks nice framed out. So let's cut that one, and let's cut this one. So these two papers are Primrose Memories. It has the butterflies on there. Really pretty. So since my board here is only 10.5 by 11, I'm going to cut off these butterflies right down here. So we'll be able to use these in maybe another spot. So let me cut this off. And the nice thing about this line is I'm going to turn one upside down and one like this, and they line perfectly up like here. They match. Can you see that? Looks very dark in here today. Is it dark? Can you guys see? I don't know why it's so dark. Okay, so let's cut this one off. And I don't want to cut the butterfly wings off because in case we want to use this line. So I'm going to cut it straight down this way. So we're going to save this piece. And I'm going to do the same with the other piece. Or we could leave this piece on. Let me see what that looks like. Oh, you know what? Then the holes will get in the way here. And I'm going to cut that piece off. We'll save it for something else. So we have two of these pieces with butterflies we'll save for later. So this is going to be on the back of the front cover, and this is going to go on to the next page. And then we need to cut this. And I'm going to put another color here, but I want to see what I want to cut this down to. Oh, this is going to be 9.5. So I'm going to cut the top off here to 9.5. And then we'll do the same with the other side. I hope that's right. It better not be too small. Better double check, just in case. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with 10. Let's see. Yeah, 10 inches. And then we'll have another piece here to save. 10, and I'm going to have 10 here. So now, let's stick this on here. This will go on this one. Like this. And I think I'm going to cover the frame part so that when we put them together they'll be like that. So this will give another layer here. So let's see what we're gonna do the background with. Let me get out the cardstock. I have, where is the cardstock? So we don't want that. Let me see what the... I think I'm going to go with, let's see. We have the brown dot. See how that looks. We can go with that. Or we can go with the pink. So let's see which one we have. We can go with the pink and green. You like that, or do you like the brown? Let's see. I think I'm going to go with the brown. How's that? Go with the brown. So now this one I want to cover the whole sheet. But, so we're going to use these two. And I'm going to use, maybe I'll use the back instead of the dot. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the back. So now we're going to cut this, and I just want to measure to make sure that I have the right measurements. Of course, I was saving this for something, but I'll just leave it on there now. So this is 10.5. I'm just double checking, by 11. So we want to cover our whole paper, 10.5 by 11. Cutting an inch off of here, and 10.5. So I might as well do the other one because I'm going to do the same with the other piece. And this one I need 11. 10.5. So we're going to cover these two, and then I guess we'll do the front cover next week. So it took a long time with that card. Alright, so that's that one. And where's my glue? Do I have enough in here? Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm off camera. Sorry. I'll lay this one down. So that's that one. This will be the other side. Right. And then I'm going to glue this one. I'm going to glue this one close to here. Should we go in the middle? No, I'm going to go to the edge. And I want to ink this too, so let's just give it another color here. So I'm just going to ink it on the back of here because you won't notice it. So, oops. Oh, my fingers are hurting. And this color is Shabby Shutters. It just gives a subtle color to it, so it just gives it another dimension. Bye, Jerry-Ann. So it's just very subtle. But see how it gives it another dimension there? We'll do the same with the other one while I have it out. I'm probably shaking the whole camera and everything. All right, there we go. That's for the other page. This way. Oops. And I don't have my hole puncher here either, do I? Nope. Right, so I'm going to put this one down. And I'm going to go right to the edge and make sure I don't have my holes there. I want the writing this way. And let's see if I have my tape here. Got my tape runner. Of course, I don't have my big tape. I'll have to just use the 1/4 inch. Good? Alright, I'd like to get at least this page done, at least put down, and at least get the front cover down. And then we can go. I'm just going to put one across the top. There. Alright, make sure I have my writing the right way, this way. And we're going to go all the way. Let me measure, make sure I get this nice and even. Go over here. Alright, so now our front cover should be done. So we can add that to the back of our front cover. Still a little wet. Let me just hit it with the dryer again a little quick. There it is. Still just a little wet here. think that should be good. I'm just going to put a paper underneath just in case. So, let me just put this on there just in case. This is the back cover. So now we want this. We want to put our brown paper down first. It's going to be hard to get the whole layout of the whole thing on there. I might have to adjust my camera. Oh, my battery's dying. Hold on, I can plug you guys in. Ooh, I'll be losing you. There we go. That's all I would need. Alright. Let's flip this one down. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Yep, you're getting plugged in, yes. Alright, and so then now we're going to put this one close to this side. Oh, I have it the wrong way. It goes this way. So let's put our tape on here. I know, you're plugged in, Jerry. Don't worry, I'm not going to lose you. So we'll get this down, and then we'll just assemble the front cover real quick, and then we'll be done. Alright, so to make sure that I get this, I'm going to put this one up to here to make sure I get it just right. And this one goes this way. So, okay, so we have our first 2 pages of our layout start for next week. Let's see, it's still a little wet. So now I want to just to the front, and then we'll go. I already have an idea what I want to do. So this is a Cherry Lynn die. I think Barry still has this. And I'm going to put this there. Oh, where's my other ones? So this is this die. Best way with the heart, and then I cut out the center, and that's how I got this. So I'm going to stick this in here, and this here. So I'm going to stick that down, and whoops, I'll move it up a little bit so you can see. Let me move this out of the way. There. So I'm going to stick this one down first. Come on. Oh, I need a pin. Oh, there it goes. And I'm just going to glue it down here and there because we're going to be adding some other stuff on top. Alright. Make sure I get the heart straight. It is a pretty die. It's really pretty. It takes a little work to get some of the little pokey things out, but still, it's worth it. Alright, and then I want to lay this one, and we'll put this one here. I should have moved this one over a little more. And I'm going to lay this one here and like this. Like that, like this. Ugh, I can't make up my mind. Move this one over. Alright, and then I'm going to put this one here. And this one I'm going to stick some flowers in the center of this, so I just need to glue this down. There we go. Now I have that down, and then I also cut out, let's see what else I have here. Did I bring it all up? I'm going to use a clay rose. I'm going to make a couple more clay roses that I'm going to put on there. I didn't get a chance to do it today. So, we have this, we have that. Oh, here's the leaves that we did. I'm looking for my cutout. Hold on, I'm looking for something else. I have my bling. Oh, there it goes. I told you, everything's falling. Falling. Oh. I know I took it out. Let's see. We have this. Here it is. That and this. Alright, we're going to lay this down and then we'll get ready to go. I know I'm past my time a little bit. So in this corner, I'm going to make some more of these clay roses that we did. And so in here, I'm going to bunch a bunch of flowers in there. And then here, I'm going to lay this down. But I want to cut this out. So, I'll cut this out really quick. I should have done that earlier. And I'm just going to put some of my favorite photos that I've had for a while and just only have one or two of. So that's what I'm going to put in here. this out earlier. That's done. Then I think we'll put this on probably some pink paper maybe, or the brown. And next week we'll probably hope to do the first 4 pages of this book. I'm going to put a bear in here, so I'll show you how to do how to make the bears. That's done. All right. So I'm going to back this up on something. So let's see, what do I have here? I think the pink is too much. I'm going to back it up with this green, I think. Green. Brown, maybe. Oh, let's see if I have brown. There we go. I don't have any brown, and of course I don't have any more of this. Maybe this is what we'll do. We'll just make a tag out of this. That's what we'll do. So let me cut this straight. I'm going to make a little tag. Flag. There we go. Maybe we'll even use a dotted side. Mulberry paper, yes, we're going to make our mulberry bears. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put this there like this. So since this is already a sticker, I'm going to cut this. I already cut that out, so let's lay this one down first, and I'm going to ink it. I probably should back this up on paper, but I'm going to use gathered twigs. This is a brown. Where's my little brush? Here it is. I wonder if I should just put it on the white. Just leave it like this. Alright, so we're going to stick this down here. Oh, I should ink this one first. Thank you, Patton. Yes, and if you have some of your mulberry paper left over from the elves, you'll be able to do your bears with that. Alright, so we're going to go in here. Let me see where I want to go. Right there is good. And I'm just going to stick this down like that. And we're going to stick this one down on top of this. Get in there. And then the roses. I'm going to ink these though, I think. Then we'll put the butterfly on there and the bling, and then we'll call it a night. should be coming out. When do they come? I think they're coming out pretty soon. I think the end of this month. Well, this is the end of the month. I think maybe like middle of, like this next week. I mean, it should be out pretty soon. Alright, so let's put these down. I don't want that on there. Oops, that right on top of there. Oops, can you see? Yeah. I really should probably backed it up on something. Maybe I will take it off there and do it for next week. But I just want you guys to get the idea what I'm doing. So I probably will take it off and put it on some cardstock. But just so you can get the idea of the front cover. And then I'm going to add this butterfly, and I'm going to add this bling on here. So I want to see where I want to place it there. Oops, wrong one. I probably should use my fabric tack. With it's stuck down with this fabric tack. So I'm going to put this on here. Let's see. And then next week I'm going to make some more clay roses, and then we'll do our little roses there. But pretty much that'll be it for tonight. I'm going to add the bling on there, and then I'll bring it up closer so you guys can see. Oops. So I'm going to add this on. And then I might even spray it next week. Maybe spray a little bit of Lindy's on there. We'll see. But that's how it'll be tonight. And then we'll have our cluster of flowers here. But can you see? Night, Patton. And that's how it looks so far there. And then we'll have all our flowers on this side. So we'll do that next week. And then we'll start on the next 2 pages. Alright, so guys, have any questions for me? Anything else you want to see? We did a lot today. We have our front cover almost done. Not quite. Let me stick that there. I gave you a sneak peek of, thank you, Lois. Thanks. Thanks, Bunny. Thanks, Sophie. So I gave you a sneak peek of our next class after this. Is there anything else? Any questions? We did our cards. Let's see, this should be dry now. So here's our little card here. Came out cute. She came out cute. Thanks, Barry. So, yeah, so we'll continue next week with this, and then hopefully, like in 3 weeks, we'll finish this, and then we'll do the By the Sea. Thanks, Ashley. Any other questions? Sorry I kept you a little bit longer tonight. Yeah, the card's very cool. I like it. It's a little challenging, but like you see, I mean, I made the mistake there, and you can't even tell, so it's fine. And it's wide enough here in the back that you could put a gift card if you wanted to make a little pocket and do a gift card. So that was that one, and that's this one. Alright, well, thanks for joining me. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good week, and thank you to Lois and Barry, and poor Dawn, I guess she wasn't feeling good, hanging in there. Thanks, Ash, for staying, and you guys, all you guys. Thanks, Bunny. Thanks, Mitch. All right, so then I will see you next week. I have a list too on my blog of the supplies, and I'll have a better list too on the next 2 pages. So I'll show you how to do the bear, and then we'll mat it and stuff like that. Yep. See you next week. Okay, bye.